The Galactic Academy prided itself on being the safest institution in the Orion arm-shielded halls. Sterilized air and endless security protocols ensured that no student was ever in danger. That was, at least, until the humans arrived. No one quite knew what to expect from the so-called Deathworlders. Rumors had circulated about Earth. A gravity well too strong, a biosphere filled with toxins, and predators so relentless that even the most hardened survival species shook their heads in disbelief. Yet the humans smiled, laughed, and enrolled in the academy as if none of that mattered. The first shock came not from the humans themselves, but from what they carried. "Are those companions?" hissed Tvar, a serpentine scholar whose people lived in fragile desert burrows. He recoiled as one of the humans, Cadet Marcus, entered the lecture hall carrying a small cage. Inside, something with too many legs clattered against the walls. Marcus grinned, setting the cage down beside his seat. "Don't worry, she's friendly. Just my pet tarantula, Widow." The word pet confused most of the class. On many worlds, domestication was a fragile, careful science. Companion species were delicate, compliant, bred for centuries to serve their roles. Yet what sat in that cage was no soft, harmless animal. Widow was a predator, silent, calculating, and armed with venom that could kill creatures twice her size. The aliens shifted uncomfortably. Then came Cadet Elaine, who brought something that looked like a scaled-down reptilian nightmare. Its yellow eyes tracked everything, tongue flicking in and out. "This is Spike," Elaine said cheerfully, stroking the creature's back without a hint of fear. "Bearded dragon. He likes crickets." The class gasped in unison. In the outer colonies, even the smallest reptiles were catalogued as dangerous vermin, meant to be eradicated before settlement. Yet here was a human, treating one like a cherished friend. By the time Cadet Jalen walked in with a wriggling sack that emitted high-pitched squeaks, several alien students considered fleeing. He opened the sack and revealed 2 ferrets, which promptly began racing up his arms and curling around his neck like mischievous serpents. "Meet Loki and Mischief," Jalen said, smiling as they nipped harmlessly at his fingers. Professor Kirik, a crystalline being who had never known fear in centuries of teaching, tapped the desk uneasily. "Humans, these creatures, they are predators. Why would you bring such dangerous organisms into a place of learning?" The humans looked at each other, confused. Marcus shrugged. "They're not dangerous. They're pets." Elaine added, "We raise them, play with them, care for them. They're family." The class erupted in disbelief. "Family?" Tvar hissed. "On my world, such beasts would devour us in the night. And you choose to live beside them?" gasped a feathered scholar, flaring her wings in alarm. The humans only chuckled. To them, it was normal. On Earth, survival meant learning not only to fight predators, but sometimes to tame them, to find companionship in sharp teeth and claws. It was a philosophy no other species could understand, that danger could be befriended. Widow clung calmly to the side of her cage. Spike basked lazily under the classroom lamp. The ferrets snuggled against Jalen's shoulders. To the humans, they were beloved companions. To everyone else, they were nightmares made flesh. Professor Kirik finally managed words. "Humans, if these are the creatures you domesticate, what horrors stalk your wilds?" Marcus laughed. "Oh, you don't want to meet those." There was silence. The aliens looked at one another, realizing something chilling. If humanity considered these dangerous predators mere pets, then the things they left in the wild must be infinitely worse. And yet, the humans smiled, scratching their pets affectionately as though the thought never troubled them. That was the day the Academy learned why Earth was called a death world. Not just because of its environment, but because its people had found a way to turn even monsters into companions. The aliens would never forget it.